Hello and welcome to Jiggsy Shed. Now my last video project was the jewellery box, which was a commissioned piece. Now for that I was asked to make a hidden lock mechanism, and at the end of the video you will see me activating this lock with a set of magnets. Now obviously I can't make this beautiful box and then send it away with a little stack of magnets to open and close it. That won't be a great finish to it, will it? So I decided to continue along the Japanese martial arts theme and make something special. So here I'm using a piece of oak. I believe this came from an offcut bin, and the hole drilled in the center is to allow for the magnets to be seated, and this will become a handle. So this handle needed to be an oval shape, and you will later see why, but to achieve this I placed it in an off-center position twice, so either side of the hole that I drilled, as it was my frame of reference, and this then with the skew chisel then helped me just work it down into that oval shape, and then I could just sand it all smooth. Now it did get a while just making sure I had that position correct there. Now I realised I didn't film the bit before this, but the piece I'm working with here consists of two pieces of sapele glued together with eucalyptus veneer in the middle. So I'm just marking out where I want to make cuts, but this is to become a blade for a little katana. And once all marked out, I could take it over to the motor saw and actually start cutting the shape of this blade. So now that I had the blade cut out, I decided to use a tape and glue method to tape the blade down onto a board, and using two scrap pieces next to it, and this will be passed through the thicknesser so that I can get the desired thickness. So having done one side, I then need to take it all off and repeat on the opposite side as well, because obviously I've got that layer of veneer in, so I need to make sure that it's even on both sides. So once I took the blade off the board, I could start shaping it using my Dremel 8260 and some sanding pads, and using it in the Dremel multi-vise also helped make this a very easy, straightforward process. So with the blade shaped and sanded, I could put a little dragon image on the one side with the laser, and then I flipped it over and in Japanese letters wrote power and respect. So I then decided to add a little brass guard in between the oak handle and the sapele blade. Now this did take some work trying to cut with this junior hacksaw. It wasn't the best one to use, and it probably would have helped as well if I had a little non-slip mat underneath the plate, because even with the clamps it didn't really hold position, which has made the cutting a lot harder. So I decided to forego the saw at this point and switch over to using my Dremel 8060 with a cutting disc on it. Now I wanted to be precise and save as much material as possible, maybe for a later project, so I didn't go heavy-handed with the Dremel and just worked out a groove around the shape I needed to cut out, and then when that was thin enough, the hacksaw worked fine. So I then placed my Dremel 8060 into the workstation, and then using some grinding discs I was able to get the shape smoothed down, and then moved on to using the Dremel sanding discs, which actually worked really well in getting the shape I was looking for. Though the sanding discs did put a lot of brass dust into the air, so I needed to make sure that I had the right PPE on, so obviously a proper mask and goggles at the same time. So then back to the handle, and I just needed to make the curves a little bit flatter on the sides, so using the Dremel sanding discs just worked well with continuing the shaping of that. And then just cut it down to the size of handle that I need. I possibly made it a little bit shorter than I needed to, but all good. So the hole for the magnets was a bit tight. I could have used a larger drill bit, but at least I knew these magnets weren't going to go anywhere. And using a bit of super glue, thin CA, just to feed into there, just really helped secure them into place. Now, as this key is used, I don't want it to damage the jewellery box itself. So using a bit of offcut leather just creates some nice soft padding, but also gives a nice end cap itself. So now I have to join all the pieces together, and obviously I didn't want to just glue to the brass plate because that doesn't really give a good adhesion with the glue, so made a hole right in the center of that, and then I can use that to locate where to make the fixings on the handle and also on the blade itself. So initially, starting with the handle, I just made a little hole for piece of dowel to go into, and in the end of the dowel I put one of the little brass screws that I had offcut from the box itself, and that just made a nice little pin that I could stick through and mark the location on the blade itself. So once there's holes on either side, I could put a little dowel in, feed it through the guard itself, and then glue all the pieces together, and that just really held nicely together. Now, I had watched quite a few YouTube videos on this and thought it looks fairly simple, everything, but definitely on this small scale it was quite tricky. The wrapping was done with a piece of paracord where the center was pulled out, and then using hot glue just to hold it down. But I did use a bit too much hot glue in this, and some did peel out, so I wasn't very happy with it. And I then started using tried cleaning it up with methylated spirits a bit. That didn't work, so shortly you will see I'm using my Dremel Versatip just to try and put some heat onto it, and obviously it is melting the paracord as well, but yeah, that didn't really work. It still didn't look great, so the best thing for it was to take it all off and start again, which you will see me doing very shortly. And then once having cleaned up the handle, it was time to start again. This time I decided to just flatten with a bit of heat removed some of that paracord just to make it handle a bit easier, so it's not necessarily rolling across each other, but really wanted to make sure I didn't heat it too much that it just became shiny, as wanted to make it look matte in effect rather than obviously a shiny plasticky effect. And then back to using the hot glue, this time a lot more conservative with it, and this worked a lot better, and much happier with the outcome of this. So then with the sword complete, it's time to use some Rubio Monocoat Oil 2C+ Pure to bring the sapele of that blade to life, and this is always such a pleasing thing to do right at the end, and just seeing the character in the wood just shine up. So it came to this stage in the video edit, and I couldn't figure out why I had so much more footage left considering the sword is done. But that's because I'd forgotten about this stage of the project. Obviously a sword is not complete without having its own stand for presentation, and that would just look really good next to the jewellery box itself. So having used Affinity Designer, I designed the shape of the stand, glued it to some black walnut, and then started cutting it out with the Motosaw. So then with the cutting done, I glued the two pieces together using the tape and glue method. Obviously need them to peel apart easily afterwards, but by gluing them together it meant that I can work on them at the same time and make sure that one isn't bigger than the other. So using the Dremel 8260 again just worked really well for this and for the shaping.
Lanterns flicker, winds arise, echoes scream where silence lies, ancient trees they bow and breathe.
So then for the base of the stand I used another piece of sapele. Again it comes from the same piece that the blade was made from for the sword, and also the walls of the box, so with that lovely character in it. And once it's sanded down and shaped, I could glue the walnut stands onto it, using a offcut piece just to space it away from the edge. And once that was done, I could then look at finishing it, and again the finish is Rubio Monocoat, the Pure, just absolutely stunning, and I think it worked really well with this piece. Well, there you have it, the completed katana. Now if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and remember to subscribe to my channel, and do check out the jewellery box video if you've not done so yet, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.